The Cathedral of Saint Mary of the Sea, Spanish, Catedral de Santa María de la Seda, better known as Seville Cathedral, is a Roman Catholic cathedral in Seville, Andalusia, Spain. It was registered in 1987 by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site, along with the adjoining Alcázar Palace Complex and the General Archive of the Indies. It is one of the largest churches in the world as well as the largest Gothic church. After its completion in the early 16th century, Seville Cathedral supplanted Hagia Sophia as the largest cathedral in the world. A title the Byzantine Church had held for 1,000 years. The Gothic section alone has a length of 126 meters, 413 feet, a width of 76 meters, 249 feet, and its maximum height in the center of the transept is 42 meters, 138 feet. The total height of the Giralda Tower from the ground to the weather vane is 104.5 meters, 342 feet 10 in. Seville Cathedral was the site of the baptism of Infante Juan of Aragon in 1478, only son of the Catholic monarchs Ferdinand II of Aragon and Isabella I of Castile. Its royal chapel holds the remains of the city's conqueror, Ferdinand III of Castile, his son and heir, Alfonso the Wise, and their descendant, King Peter the Cruel. The funerary monuments for Cardinals Juan de Cervantes and Pedro González de Mendoza are located among its chapels. Christopher Columbus and his son Diego are also buried in the cathedral. The Archbishop's Palace is located on the northeastern side of the cathedral. Almohad Mosque, 1172 to 1248. The Almohad Caliph Abu Yaqub Yusuf ordered the construction of a new grand mosque for the city in 1172 on the south end of the city. The new mosque was dedicated in 1182, but was not completed until 1198. It supplanted the one built between 829 and 830 by Umar ibn Adabas on the site of the present-day Collegiate Church of Divino Salvador, as the main mosque in the city. Larger and closer to the city's Alcázar, the mosque was designed by architect Ahmad ben Basso as a 113 by 135 meter, 371 feet times 443 feet, rectangular building with a surface of over 15,000 square meters, 160,000 square feet, including a minaret and ablutions courtyard. Its prayer hall consisted of 17 aisles oriented southward, perpendicular to its Qibla wall, in the manner of many mosques of Al-Andalus, including the Mosque of Ibn Adabas. Christianized Mosque, 1248 to 1401. Shortly after Seville's conquest by Ferdinand III, Yaqub Yusuf's mosque was converted into the city's cathedral. Its orientation was changed and its spaces partitioned and adorned to suit Christian worship practices. The internal space was gradually divided into chapels by constructing walls in the bays along the northern and southern walls. Almost the entire eastern half of the cathedral was occupied by the royal chapel that would hold the bodies of Ferdinand, his wife and Alfonso the Wise. Seville Cathedral was built to demonstrate the city's wealth, as it had become a major trading center in the years after the Reconquista in 1248. In July 1401, city leaders decided to build a new cathedral to replace the Grand Mosque that served as the cathedral until then. Work began in 1402 and continued for over a century. The precise date when construction began is not certain, but some sources date it to 1433. Several factors, including royal resistance to the temporary relocation of the royal chapel, delayed construction. In 1433, King John II of Castile allowed the temporary transportation of the royal bodies from the old Capilla Real, royal chapel, including those of Alfonso X, Beatrice of Swabia, Ferdinand III, Peter the Cruel, and Maria de Padilla, to the cathedral's cloister for storage. The clergy of the parish offered half their stipends to pay for architects, artists, stained glass artisans, masons, carvers, craftsmen and laborers, and other expenses. Due to the size of the building and the cramped nature of the urban fabric around it, demolition and construction took place in different stages. Construction began at the building's northeast corner and continued on its eastern end. After the permission granted by John II, the old Capilla Real on the cathedral's east side was demolished to allow work to continue. A number of architects worked on the project, often from other countries. In 1434, a Dutch master named de Sambert was placed in charge. He was followed from 1439 to 1454 by a French master named Carlin, and then by Juan Norman until 1472. After 1472 there were two master masons in charge, probably in an attempt to accelerate work. They were succeeded in 1497 by a master Simon, possibly Simon de Colonia, who was then succeeded in 1502 by Alfonso Rodriguez until 1513. By 1467 the eastern part of the cathedral had been completed. The stained glass windows were made after 1478 by Enrique Alemán. The enormous retabule was designed in 1482 by Dutch artist Pieter Dankart, who worked on it until his death in 1487, when it was still unfinished. The crossing lantern, Cimborio, was completed before 1502 by Simon, and construction of the cathedral was completed in 1506-7. In 1526 the central part of Dankart's retabule was complete, but its side sections were only completed between 1550 and 1594. After the completion of the Gothic cathedral, Seville's subsequent prosperity resulted in many additions to the building in Renaissance and Plateresque style. The crossing again collapsed in 1888, and work on the dome continued until at least 1903. The 1888 collapse occurred due to an earthquake and resulted in the destruction of every precious object below the dome at that time.
Please follow us in our succeeding videos as we explore the beautiful country Spain. Please don't forget to hit the like button, the notification bell for notifications. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel for more exciting videos.